When I started researching for this book, the only thing I was certain of is that any bridge between science and art rests on multidisciplinarity. It's not the most critical part of my theory, but it's one of the many results of applying my theory. At the time, I thought multidisciplinary terms were used too interchangeably and were too vague. Figure 3 was the first figure that I started developing specifically for this book. It was my interpretation of what multidisciplinary terms regarding skills meant. Since publishing the book, I've found alternative interpretations of these terms. I'm only sticking with my own interpretation because I don't find the alternative interpretations useful. I might exclude it from simpler editions of the book. It's not critical that you use my interpretations for the overall theory of this book. Figure 3 is the only figure that breaks the color scheme that I use throughout this book. The colors used in this diagram are not meant to represent any particular discipline. The varying colors are just to show variance of needs. It's meant to illustrate an approach to analyzing any discipline. Analyzing discipline starts by identifying the extradisciplinary tasks and needs that require a set of skills yet to be developed or discovered. An extradisciplinary need can be met without a discipline being developed, either by luck, trial and error, or nature. Every learned skill starts as a single discipline meeting a need. Skills within that discipline are intradisciplinary. A multidisciplinary task or project requires a set of skills that have mostly been developed, but are not all contained within a single discipline. It's not necessarily organized. If not organized, the overall combination of tasks is multidisciplinary. Once it's organized, it's under one of three subcategories. If the disciplines are interconnected but not overlapping, and there are no extradisciplinary tasks, the overall task is cross-disciplinary. If the disciplines are overlapping but not merging, or there are extradisciplinary tasks between the disciplines, it's interdisciplinary. This may include some cross-disciplinary patterns. If there are merging disciplines with or without an extradisciplinary task, the overall set of tasks is transdisciplinary. This may include some interdisciplinary patterns. A new discipline occurs when the same set of transdisciplinary tasks occur often enough to call it a unique discipline. The emerging new disciplines are where you'll find the most conflict between professions because entire disciplines are being phased out as redundant. The term multidisciplinary skills can either mean multiple disciplines within an individual, a group of individuals, or a combination of the two as shown in Figure 3b. The more disciplines an individual knows, the less likely the individual will be able to master any one discipline, and the more likely the individual will be considered a generalist. This act of organizing disciplines warrants its own term, meta-discipline. You don't have to be an expert in practicing a discipline to understand how a discipline works. Professional artists especially need to have metadisciplinary skills because their jobs are usually more complicated and unconventional than professional technicians or engineers. Hopefully this makes it clearer for those who might find the static version of Figure 3 a bit too complex to follow. Be sure to leave feedback in the comments about this video or the book. Thanks for watching.